like it. It's very New York.
It is very New York.
Yeah.
That's also why I like it.
All right. Wrong artist, baby.
What is Ice Spice's?
Do you want some water?
No, I don't right now. But what is Ice Spice's astrology?
I
we
should
know?
look that up. No.
Okay, see, there we go. Use your phone.
Exactly. The knowledge.
Are we on film now?
No.
Okay.
It's recording. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Spice.
Throw away the beginning.
Edit it. Cool.
Capricorn.
She's a Capricorn. What's her rising? Find all of the details.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Okay, she's 23. She's a Capricorn. They don't have. Why does everyone say that?
Leos and Capricorns are like not good together.
Really? I feel like Capricorns are obsessed with Leos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capricorns are obsessed with everybody.
Are they? I don't think
Yes.
they are.
Yes.
I don't think
Except
so.
themselves.
No.
Damn.
We're not bashing
See,
Capricorns.
I need to stop. Ice Spice Big 3. It's not available.
Oh, okay. So it's not available yet.
Yeah. People haven't cared yet.
Okay. Well, let's, are we going to introduce ourselves? Should we probably do that? Because I have to cut it into...
Yeah, just a little bit.
We want you here for moral support.
Yeah, you can add your commentary.
You don't have to add your commentary. Okay, right.
Almost ready.
No, it's fine. Just say when, and we'll give a little intro.
So you didn't listen to the whole album?
I didn't. I listened to the first 2 songs when I was walking over here.
Yeah. Those chairs are in this little. In my office. Grab. Yeah. In your office.
It's Jasmine's office now.
You can have the white chair that's next to the bathroom. There's like a little white chair next to the bathroom. It's not as tall. If you want to. I moved it.
The cameras, I'm just going back and forth between me and you on live right now. So,
Your Instagram?
yes, my Instagram.
Oh, shit.
I mean, the other Instagram's not ready yet. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It will be.
Okay, shut the door, please. Thank you.
I know, there's a lot of demands coming at Jasmine now.
Well,
Well, we're just
on
live.
Star's
We're on
Instagram
my
right now.
Instagram.
what up?
I don't know if live save. I don't even know if this is worth saving, but I might save it just because
It'll be funny
It does say.
it does automatically.
at some point.
Do you go live often?
I don't.
She doesn't.
She used to. Okay.
You did?
Yeah.
When? Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, we might as well have a conversation with Jasmine until the video's ready.
My heyday. I think we're good on video.
We're good on video?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's introduce ourselves. Do
You can
wanna
go first.
Oh, I can go first. Okay. My name is Star. I'm a Leo. I'm a fitness professional in New York City, and I grew up in Queens. And I think those are the top 3 things that I think are important to know about me. Is I grew up in Queens. I'm a Leo, and I'm of the fitness world.
I'm Lee. I'm an Aries.
Let's put the camera on you.
Oh. I also grew up in Queens, South Queens to be exact.
Deep Queens. That's called Deep Queens.
I'm not of the fitness world. I'm in the finance world, but we won't go there.
But it looks like you're in the fashion world.
You can say that.
That's what it looks like. I
mean,
knew that I was late because I knew I was like, I can't show up here in my work clothes. That's why I asked what shoes you were wearing. When I saw your shoes, I was like, I see now what I have to do.
I feel like, you know, the fit's important. The fit brings a vibe. And you definitely brought the vibe.
I
so
tried.
I'm impressed.
This is my first time wearing these.
I like them.
Matt always yells at me about not wearing my Travis Scotts.
I've been looking at them. I like them.
Yeah, I have to say they're more comfortable than I thought they were going to be.
Good.
Yeah.
These are not.
They're just all style.
These are not comfortable at all.
So are we going to talk about Ice Spice? Or do you want to talk about something else while we're talking about shoes? I have a list of 6 things here for us to talk about.
Okay, shoot.
Do you want to talk about Ice Spice first?
We could, because we just heard her new album. What is it called?
What is it called?
Like, question mark.
Like.
Dot, question mark.
Like ... question mark.
I think that's a big name for an album. What do you think?
Is it? It seems... I feel like she is of her generation.
She's 23.
Yeah, I know. That's Gen Z.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like. I think there's a specific way you have to say it.
I feel like there's...
I think you could say it.
I think it's... Is it? Are you saying it's the New York way to say like?
Yep. With the tongue smack.
I could kind of see that. I could get behind it. I actually liked the album more than I thought I was going to.
Me too. I
Because
think the beats are fire. Shout out to Riot.
Yes, the beats were the selling point. I did not like Bikini Bottom when I first heard it, and my mind hasn't been changed. But the rest of the album,
It's a drill album. It's a Bronx, New York, Fordham Road album.
Tell us more about your time in the Bronx.
No, thank you. I stay Queens all day.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bronx is cool. The Bronx gave us hip hop.
That's true.
Can't be mad.
Isn't it also hip hop's anniversary year?
What do you mean?
I feel like this year is like a hip hop anniversary.
Is it?
I feel like maybe.
I don't know.
It was either last year or this year. It was sometime. I feel like I remember one of those brands being like, it's hip hop's anniversary.
They gave us DJing.
That's true.
And Alicia Keys.
I don't know if the Bronx wants to be known for giving us Alicia Keys.
They should.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a big Alicia Keys fan?
I'm a big fan of her. I think she's talented.
Mm-hmm.
I think what she does to music is very special. It's very unique. Am I listening to Alicia Keys on a daily basis? No.
Okay.
Are you?
No. I feel like I used to like Alicia Keys more when I was younger. But there's just something about her now. I don't know.
I mean, does she even make music now?
She made a Christmas album.
Okay, see, once they start going Christmas, like, they're falling off.
I guess, but I also feel like, did you see that meme of like, she's the actual story of Ariel? Like, she traded her voice for her husband.
Ooh. I mean, her husband is talented.
Uh-huh.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
I think their family is really dope. I follow him on Instagram. I like what he does.
Yeah.
I like his style.
Mm-hmm. I think it's an odd mix, being a Virgo and an Aquarius.
You would know that. Like, how the hell do you even know that?
I think it's a strange mix because I think she's very prototypical, what I would think of as like an Aquarius woman. Like, she is big Aquarius energy, Aquarius feminine type of energy.
Mm. Did you go to the Rock Nation brunch?
In my mind.
Me too.
I'm surprised. I was like, oh, my
I already had
invitation
an
must have
outfit in my
gotten
head.
lost.
I was like, this is what I would wear to the Rock Nation brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce's outfit was fire.
When is Beyonce's outfit not fire?
Questionable.
Questionable? Yeah. I feel
People
like when this comes out.
I know, people are going to come for me.
This is going to be right after the tickets are released, too.
Everyone's going to love you. Everyone's going to hate me. It's all good.
I think we discussed that before we started this podcast.
I represent the Aries. The first sign of the zodiac. The best sign of the zodiac.
The baby is what we call you.
Why?
You're the baby of the zodiac. You're the first one. What do you mean?
Why does that make me a baby?
Because astrologically speaking, the first 6 signs represent birth to like young adulthood, and then the second half represent young adulthood to older age. So technically, you are the baby.
I'll take it.
Aries represents like 0 to like 2.
I'll take it. I'll definitely take it.
I feel like Jasmine would co-sign this. She's not allowed to talk in the room right now, but
she would be considered the baby in my head, but it's okay. I'll take it.
I don't know a single Aries that's not considered the baby to their clan, their family. Chosen or otherwise.
You might be right.
On the topic of shoes, let's talk about those Tiffany Air Force Ones. We're also going to talk about Air Force Ones in general because I feel like I see them everywhere.
When have you not seen them everywhere, though? This is New York.
Discounting New York.
Okay.
Like, let's not count New York because that's
fair.
I feel like everyone had a pair of Air Force Ones if you lived in New York before they got really popular.
Absolutely.
And now it's really annoying that you can't find a pair because it's part of a New York like wardrobe staple. It's like now I can't get my Air Force Ones in a regular solid color because everyone's buying them or reselling them.
What's a regular solid color if it's not white?
Black on black. Black Air Force Ones, of course.
You know the stigma behind those.
I do, but those are my favorite Air Force Ones.
Stop.
No, yeah.
So I know there's this trend of black Air Force Ones with different color laces. How do you feel?
I don't like it.
You like black laces?
I just like black on black, yeah. It's a classic shoe.
What a Leo. It's that sneaky shit. That's that sneaky shit right there.
Are Leos sneaky? I've never heard that.
Private? Is that the word you like?
We are private.
Yeah, Aries too.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
The thing is that, though, when we get around other fire signs, like I could say the same for Sagittarius as well. I feel there's like a connection.
That's true because
sure.
fire signs just, you can't help it.
Yeah. Okay, Air Force Ones.
So let's talk about these Tiffany Air Force Ones.
Black suede? Disgusting.
Really? You don't like black suede?
Not for Air Force One.
Okay, I was going to say, aren't your shoes black suede?
No, they're not.
That's canvas?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't like black suede for
with
Air
the
Force
black leather on the bottom. Now you got 2 different blacks.
Yeah.
It's fucking me up.
Point 1. Lost a point for the 2 different blacks.
Because you have 2 different shades of black. Yeah. I don't like that.
I feel like we also discussed this when you were planning for your wedding. And me and Jasmine knew that any chance of an off black moment was not going to be a good thing for you because you're going to hyperfixate on the 2 different black tones.
Any chance of an off white was not good for me. 2 different kinds of whites was driving me crazy. But 2 blacks, I think, are worse. 2 different shades of black are worse.
Really? I kind of feel like there's some styles where you can get away with 2 different shades of black. Depending on what it is.
Essentials?
Essentials? I almost wore my Essentials shirt here today.
I'm so glad you didn't.
I
say a lot about Essentials.
I like their stuff.
No.
Yes. Well, now I know I'm not going to. Well, maybe I will wear it, and it'll be a different conversation for another day.
We could. We could. Sometimes when it's cold, it's like, all right, guys, put the Essentials hoodie in the laundry. Just put it away.
I love my Essentials. So what else is wrong with the Tiffany Air Force Ones?
I just don't like the black, period. I don't think it represents Tiffany, but it does represent Nike and an Air Force One.
I think if they were going to do an Air Force One, it should have been a high. It should not have been a low.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see highs anymore.
I don't see highs anymore either, but I've never really liked a low Air Force One.
I don't feel like you like any kind of lows. I'm shocked you even like those.
Exactly. There's so few. I feel like an Air Max is different.
Yeah.
I feel like any cut that I have that's like an Air Max, I have it low. But if it's like a regular shoe, like a Dunk or a Jordan.
I'm a Dunk all the way. Give me every
low
dunk.
Dunks.
Yes.
I'm okay with low Dunks. I feel like I'm more picky about lows than I am with highs. I feel like the high just fits my legs better. Like I don't know how to explain it.
All right, so do you like it? Is that something you're wearing?
Am I wearing the Tiffany Air Force Ones? No, I'm not. I feel like
Why?
I feel, first of all, the cut of the shoe isn't my style. I'm not wearing a low Air Force One. Second of all, I am kind of like, when I look at it, I'm like, who'd you make this for?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand it either. And then I saw LeBron in it. And then it all made sense. I was like, okay.
Did it? I feel like, well, so I was talking to Matt about this, and he was like, well, I think that style is also just like really popular with Gen Z right now. And I feel like that's true. That's
Gen Z
probably
is
also
not wearing Tiffany Air Force Ones.
No, but they are wearing a ton of Air Force Ones, and that's why you can't find them.
I just don't understand the dynamic they were going for with this shoe. Like, it's not, would you call it a dressy sneaker? Like, is somebody putting that on with a suit? The way they wear regular Air Force Ones with...
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's
Who was in the creative room when they decided that this is what they were going to put out?
I almost wore Air Force One to my wedding, and I just decided not to.
I'm going to ask Jasmine how she would have felt about that.
The crystal ones. Yeah, like, I just don't know. I don't think it makes or breaks an outfit. I can't even imagine. He wore it with a Tiffany jacket, so.
I don't know. There's something about, I feel like it's an underwhelming shoe release. Like, it could have.
I feel like they picked the wrong shoe, period.
Especially when they have the Tiffany-inspired dunk that everyone was like, oh, it's going to look something like this. Like, people were excited about it because it was going to look like that. Yeah. And then to just have it be like, okay, so it's a black Air Force One that you slap some turquoise on.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Is that what it's for? So there was a bunch of artists that did a concept shoe after that shoe came out with dunks. Mm-hmm. And I think the concept shoes that I've seen are way better than the actual Tiffany Air Force One. So it resembled the Tiffany & Co. New York taxi cab. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it looks like an old New York yellow cab, but it's in blue.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But other than that, I'm not wearing anything else. Nike Tiffany. Sorry.
That's right, Nike. If you should listen to this podcast, you might want to put some New York creatives in the room. We will guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And so we've got Ice Spice, we've got Air Force Ones. We are going to ask a question next. So I forgot my pull a question cards because I was running out of the house. But I did do a quick...
It's not a very Leo thing to do.
I know, it's
forget.
It's very unlike me.
Very shocked.
But I did find some random questions. So we're going to have 2 random question pulls. So the first one is, what's the most beautiful place you've ever been to?
Wow.
I know.
In the world?
In the world. Unless you've traveled to space, please.
So the first thing that came to mind when you asked that question was Tulum.
Really? Really?
I stayed at, okay, let me explain myself. I stayed
Good, because I'm looking at you judgmentally.
I know. Because, the Miami of Mexico.
You said it, not me.
I know. I stayed at Asulik before it was Asulik. And we stayed in this, well, I don't know, some kind of suite. But it overlooked the ocean, and it was indescribable. It was just very nature-like. Look it up.
So Tulum.
Yeah. Asulik Tulum. And then they have like the restaurant above the trees. It's really cool. It was beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
What year was this? Because I'm...
A long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before the wave.
I mean, before everybody moved to Tulum.
Yeah. People moved there?
A lot of people. A lot of New Yorkers.
Moved to Tulum.
Yes.
Portugal was cool too. But it was just something about Tulum. It was the room, really. I've never stayed in anything like that before.
Okay, well, see, that becomes a different conversation. Are we talking about the place or the room? Because
I'm talking about the room.
yeah, so
Other than that, like
place.
countries, I don't know. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been to?
Shanghai.
Here we go.
I was thinking long and hard about it. I was like, do I want to say the Big Island? Because I really did. I thought that Hawaii was super beautiful, and I really love the Big Island, like even more than Oahu. But the place that I like feel the most connected to is Shanghai.
Why?
It was just so, there's like something about it. It's so beautiful that it's like move you to tears kind of beauty to me. Like, I think that I know everyone in New York watching this is going to look at me crazy for the next thing I'm about to say, but I like the Shanghai skyline more than the New York skyline. I know. You're looking at me now.
There is no better skyline than the New York skyline. I'm sorry.
The Shanghai skyline.
And I'm talking 20 years ago skyline, and I'm talking present day skyline.
Present day, the Shanghai skyline is beautiful, and it beats New York by far.
Would you get it tattooed?
Yes.
You would?
I would. Even, the only thing that would stop me from getting a Shanghai tattoo is the fact that I'm not from Shanghai, and I think that's kind of disrespectful.
It means something to you.
Yeah,
you don't have to be from. You know how many non-New Yorkers have something New York tattooed?
And do you know how offended I am? I feel like as New Yorkers, we gotta start gatekeeping more stuff.
Yeah, it's facts. Actually,
it's like,
yeah, y'all can have Times Square.
Yes,
like, we don't want that.
No.
Yeah, what else don't we want? Staten Island.
Staten Island. Have you been to Staten Island?
Never.
Really?
I've driven through it. Never stopped.
I went to Staten Island one time. I took the ferry over. I got off the ferry. I walked around a little bit, and then I got back to the ferry, and I went back home.
And what did you discover?
I kind of just wanted to take the Staten Island ferry because I was like, this ferry is I'm pretty sure the Staten Island ferry is free. It's like a pretty view. The Verrazano Bridge is actually one of my favorite bridges.
Yeah. Because
it's beautiful. So I think that's what I was really like, I want to just take the ferry. Like, I want this experience of like the Staten Island ferry just to like, there's not a lot of other New York things that I want. Like, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. I'm not like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to go to the top of the Empire State Building, but that was like the one like New York thing. I was like, I really want to take the Staten Island ferry. I don't know.
Wow, that must be like a true New Yorker thing.
Right? There we go.
Because
there's
most New Yorkers are like, all right, I guess I'll go to the top of the Empire State Building just because it's there. I've been to the top of the Empire State Building.
Did we talk about, do you not like heights?
I do like heights.
Oh, see, I don't like heights.
Yeah.
I've never.
Huh.
That just wouldn't be.
A Leo is scared of something?
Yes.
Interesting.
Of heights. But
heights don't bother me.
I don't like being up high.
So Staten Island.
So yeah, so people that aren't from New York, you guys can have Staten Island. You can have Times Square.
Central Park we'll keep.
I don't want Central Park.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I don't want Central Park.
Why?
Because of the history.
Okay.
It kind of like skeeves me. Like when I walk through Central Park now, I'm like, it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. I've been to Central Park a few times over the last few months, and I still see European tourists riding horse carriages.
Yes.
And I shake my head every time. And I hope they see me.
I don't like the horse carriages.
It's just kind of, that part creeps me out. Like, why are we still doing this as a city?
Besides the fact that Central Park was literally created so that it was like tore down this middle-class black neighborhood so that, yeah. It's just not, it's not my vibe. I feel like I've gotten into too many personal fights in Central Park.
The truth comes out. Who are you fighting?
It's like a double, not like a physical fight. Not a physical fight, but I've gotten into a lot of verbal altercations in Central Park. And I feel like there are people, so there are times I've trained people in the park and we'll be in the middle of doing a session outside and like 20 feet away, somebody will just be peeing against a tree. It's like...
In the day?
In the day.
Wow, I've never seen that. I've seen that in LES.
Yeah, that's different though. That's supposed to be where you keep that. Yes. It's expected down there. It's not expected. I mean, I guess it's not expected in Central Park.
Yeah.
There's just so many things about Central Park that I'm just like, they give me the ick. It's not, tourists can have it.
Okay.
So they can have Staten Island, they can have Central Park, they can have Times Square. You know what? They can't have anything in the outer boroughs. Brooklyn and Queens are not for tourists.
Not even any parts of Brooklyn? Ooh.
I wouldn't give Brooklyn away. I would still.
Any of it?
I feel like that would be a fighting. Like, I would fight for it a little bit.
So, what part of New York do you think Brooklyn makes up? Like, for me, I think Queens is the soul of New York City.
I think so, too.
Okay, so what is Brooklyn? The brain?
No. No.
Manhattan is the brain.
Manhattan is the wallet.
Brooklyn might be the gut.
That might be. Yeah, I think Queens is all heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Queens is the heart.
For sure. For sure. And people from Brooklyn will argue.
I know. That's what the comment section's for. You guys can argue amongst yourselves in the comments. It's going to help our algorithm.
And anybody from Bushwick, Greenpoint, Williamsburg.
You know what?
Bed-Stuy,
I just decided. I just remembered Greenpoint. Tourists can have Greenpoint.
Come on. I like Greenpoint. Jasmine's dad grew up in Greenpoint. He's like OG Greenpoint.
It's not the same.
I always think that's amazing.
I think that is amazing.
Right? You never meet anybody like...
It's hard to find New Yorkers that grew up here.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I will say? I think people from Long Island and upstate are giving it the title of New Yorker a bad name. Because they'll come here and they'll perform like what they think of as New York. And then they'll tell people they're New Yorkers that aren't from New York. And it's like, you guys are not actually New Yorkers.
What about the Long Island sneakerheads? They piss me off. First of all, we
both don't like Long Island. I think I'm ready to fight most Long Islanders on whether they count as New York or not, because they don't.
Yeah, so what would we call them then?
You're from Long Island.
Islanders?
You're from Long Island. You're not from New York.
Yeah, and I think they're okay with that.
I think some of them would like to say that they're from New York. But Long Island doesn't make up anything in New York, like the spice of what New York is.
Yeah. Yeah. But there are sneakerheads from Long Island.
Tell me about them.
Sneakerheads.
Mm-hmm. Is this where all the resellers live? Is that what you're about to tell me?
I recently read a blog about a sneakerhead that lives in Long Island. She's probably gonna know I'm talking about her. I don't care.
Bring her to the comments.
It's okay. Have you seen You People on Netflix?
No, I haven't yet. Did you guys watch it?
Yes.
Should I see it?
Yes. Okay. Everyone should see it.
Okay.
It's cute.
Are you telling me this is what we're going to talk about in our next episode? You know what? The only thing I did see, and I saw this on Twitter, someone was like, Bushwick is full of Lauren Londons and Jonah Hills. So this isn't unusual to see.
I think Lauren London did a phenomenal job in that movie. I think Jonah Hill is Jonah Hill. I feel like we're homies. Like Jonah Hill's my homeboy in my head. But anyway, so there's heavy sneaker culture in this movie, which is nice to see because people don't really look at shoes in movies. I think, but
I think they do now.
Yeah. It's pretty classic Kenya Barris. But she talked about how she loves this movie for the sneakers. And it's just kind of like they were wearing off-white Air Forces. Like, okay, what is it? It didn't do anything for sneaker culture except display a bunch of overpriced
sneakers. Which also brings us back to the topic of Air Force Ones being everywhere now. Because I remember when I was trying to tell you that we're not talking about this yesterday, and I was like, Ambush has 1 million Air Force Ones now too, and I'm like, I don't like the Ambush. Check? Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like I like other Nike Ambush collabs, but the Air Force One is just not. I just don't like it. There's something about seeing that everyone try to collab on an Air Force One that's giving me like
Yeah.
This is not for people that actually wear sneakers. This is just not, you're not selling to your audience that's like these. Basically, we're dead stock for months. I just brought them out today.
They're good.
But it's not an Air Force One, right?
No.
That's my point.
Well, Air Max is an Air Max. There's no, come on. Like.
But so why aren't we seeing more Air Max collaborations? Because people are going to wear an Air Max. Like, people that wear sneakers are going to wear an Air Max.
So do you think Tiffany should have made an Air Max?
Maybe.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
They could have made any version of an Air Max.
Like a Pata Air Max? Come
Mm-hmm.
on. That would have been fire.
Exactly.
Like the same design.
That's what I mean. So why are all of these like high-end fashion companies going with the Air Force One?
It's easy. It sells.
It's lazy.
Air Maxes don't sell.
Exactly. So my question is, who are you selling to?
Kids.
Right. But if
beasts.
If you're trying, okay.
I love that word.
But if you're trying to sell to people that are like actually gonna wear sneakers, it's not an Air Force One.
So what do you think about the Union collabs? The Union LA.
I like those.
That's
I like the old ones. I mean, didn't their most recent release like end up in a clearance section?
Which one?
The other 4s, the taupe 4s. The other colorway that came out.
The pink?
No, not the pink ones. It was definitely the taupe. And
I have the taupe.
Did you also buy them for retail?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I mean. They just kind of sat.
Anything retail and I can catch it, I'm buying it.
I thought about it for the taupes, but I was like, I like those.
I like the low 4. I'm a low person. A lot of people think I'm weird for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me think of a low. I like low dunks sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I like Air Maxes that are low, but I'm not really like a Jordan low person.
11 lows?
Mm-mm. I don't like 11 lows.
Classic New York summer shoe.
I don't like a low 11.
The bread 11 lows?
Actually, you're right.
Thank you.
I don't know. I have the bread 11s, but I don't have the lows.
I wanted the reverse 11s. Strange? I like them.
Okay, so I'm not loving the Air Force One situation that we've got going on.
I've gotten over it. It took me a while. I think we see it too much.
I feel like I'm still in the process of like all of the things that like everyone's trying to stake a claim on all of the things that are mine, and I'm going through that fixed sign syndrome of like it's not yours, it's mine.
Give it to me. What about dirty Air Force Ones?
I think there's a time and a place for dirty Air Force Ones, but it's not in the picture that you take for the internet. Like if if those are just
Boulevard
your runners
is
in
the
there,
time and place.
huh?
McGinnis Boulevard.
Okay. But yeah, I think there's a time and a place for dirty sneakers. Actually, for dirty sneakers, I think there's a time and a place for crease sneakers. Like if these are your shoes that you're really wearing every day, there's kind of like it's like almost expected, a little bit of a level of expectation. Like, okay, these are your daily shoes. You are getting your value out of them. They're not for a look. They're not for a style. But your sneakers that are for a style, that are special, they're for certain looks, you take care of more.
Crease is important to me.
It's important to me too, except one of my most recent YouTube shorts that I post, I was creasing my dunks, and that was the first 3 comments I got. People were like, "You're creasing there," and I was like, "Yes, it's my daily sneaker. It's part of my daily rotation. Yes, I'm creasing my dunks."
You getting mad at comments, I think, might be one of my favorite things about you. I mean, it's just so unexpected.
It's also,
I like it.
But it's like you're so I mean, people, just the level of stupidity annoys me.
Yeah, I think it's funny. So speaking of creasing, I proposed in Converse.
Mm-hmm. You told me.
No crease.
I know. That's how you said Jasmine knew you were going to propose.
Like, it was either propose in Converse or take the shoe off.
I get that.
Yeah, so. And then I was going to be that person that took their shoes off to propose. I didn't want to be that.
Everyone does it. It's fine.
They did it in the movie, you people.
I believe that.
He did it. I was like, yeah, it's a thing.
Again, though, so when things like this happen in pop culture, like that movie, I feel like now it's also going to be a trend. I feel like
yeah, we're going to see it.
We're going to see it everywhere.
There's going to be some type of sneaker documentary coming out, which there are, I think.
There are a few, but they're in relation to in relation to sport, like to basketball. It was Jordan Day 2 days ago.
I know. My nephew told me.
I know because him and Matt have the same big three, so I know his birth chart.
Michael Jordan?
Mm-hmm. And
wow.
Matt have the same big three.
The GOAT.
I know. That is going to be where I call it for this first episode.
Okay.
So when we go in and edit this, I'm just making